Okay, peace and blessings, family. Back again for another installment. Your brother, your friend, your dietitian. I want to talk about the 401k versus the traditional 401k versus the Roth 401k. What's the differences? What are the benefits? So I got my Debussy playing. I love Debussy, but so I have some articles here: Money, U.S. News, CNN, and Time. They all just go over the basics of the differences between traditional 401k versus a Roth 401k. So, traditional 401k employees are allowed to make pre tax contributions. The Roth 401k is post um, post taxes. So, whatever money you have left after you pay taxes on your paycheck, you can take out a certain amount of money from that check and put towards your 401k. Roth. Um, the difference is deciding when do I want to pay taxes. So um, the real thing is that with the 401k Roth, you pay taxes up front, whereas you pay taxes on the back end in a 401k plan. And a Roth 401k is great because you pay taxes now when your income is assumed to be lower versus in the future your income in my book and my plans my income is going to be higher, so I would rather put my money in now and pay taxes up front, let the money grow tax free like we showed in the other video. Let the money grow tax free, and as the money grows tax free, when it's time to pull it out later on in life when you're making a lot more money in your career, you're not taxed at the higher tax bracket. This is still kind of gambling because you're gambling on the fact, well, will I be making more money, or excuse me, will I be making more money in retirement or more money now that I'm young, or will the taxes be higher now or will they be higher later? If they're higher later, then you save yourself with the Roth because you pay your taxes up front. If they're lower later, then you kind of like, oh man, shooting myself in the foot. I missed out on it. Both of these investment vehicles allow for uh, tax free growth, and their annual contribution, the maximum annual contribution is 18,000. So I think it's gonna go up to like 18,500 or something like that for 2017, or I think it still is 18,000 in 2017 because this is adjusted for inflation every year or two. So right now I think it's at 18,000 still. So they're both investment vehicles wherein you put money into an account. It accrues money based off the interest and how the stocks perform, and the stock market performs based on what kind of funds or stocks or bonds are inside your 401k. The best bet I think is being able to split the two. I've chosen and I've decided to actually split the two. So I do a certain percentage at my employer where I do half in my traditional and half in the Roth. Only because I wouldn't mind some tax breaks now. I don't make that much money at my job. I mean, I make more money than the average dual family household in America. But I also live in Los Angeles, which is one of the most expensive cities. So relatively, it kind of balances out. Um, so I get taxed heavily though because I'm a single man with no dependents. So that means that I'm paying a lot more in taxes because I'm making more money. I do have real estate investment with real estate property, etc., which allow me to use that as a deduction and take money off. But I should say write off, like the interest payments and the taxes I make on my real estate, I get to write off. But um, it's still a lot of money that I have to pay in taxes. So like this year, I actually owe some money in taxes. So it would be good to put money towards a traditional 401k pre-tax. That way, it lowers my taxable income. But also, I want to put half inside of a Roth because in the future, I don't want to have to pay a bunch of taxes um, when I'm trying to withdraw my wealth that I've built up. So it's really just a measure of when do you think you'll make the most money. If you're making more money later, go with the Roth. If you're making more money now and you think in retirement you won't have as much money, then go with the traditional. The thing is with the Roth is that you can withdraw money later in the future without having to tax a bill when you pull the money out. So that's the only thing I don't like about the traditional is that when I pull out in the future, I don't want to have to pay a bill. I want to just pull out that nasty money that's accrued and just use it. You know what I mean? So or just live off of it. So that's that with the 401k versus the Roth. It's pretty simple. Um, I would say invest in both unless you're just certain and you're real focused. You can choose one. So that's everything. Peace and blessings.